This is a tutorial on the parametric modeling exercise with the shoebox components. The idea is to make a shoebox that you can just change a couple of numbers and it'll automatically resize for different size shoes. Parametric modeling is where you tie dimensions to formulas so that if I know I want my width to be half my length, I say that instead of putting in a number here, I would put L divided by 2, for example. Okay, and so we will open up, click on this to open up in Onshape. And when you do that, the first thing you have to do is to make a copy so that you can edit it. So I'm going to make a copy to edit, click on that, and I'm going to put a 6 there just to make it different so I can work with it. So these are our 4 parts. Again, right click and rotate, push the scroll button down, I can move it, and roll the scroll button, I can zoom in and out. Okay, and you'll see, so these are the parts. I can click on the assembly tab down here, and you can see that that is what it should look like. I can move this, I believe, up and down. They didn't constrain that so that you could actually move it up and down. Okay, come back to the parts. And over here we have our variable table, which is what we're going to be working with to enter stuff in. And so some of these are numbers. If I double click, you can see it's just a number: length, height, width, thickness. But some of these, like the number of notches, if I double click on that, you can see there's a formula in here. It's the length divided by the notch size divided by 2. And floor just means it's rounded down, so you can't have a partial number of notches. Okay, so you can see which ones have formulas. So if I go back here and come down, you'll see they show you these are the formulas that they've put in, and then they give you some numbers here to derive some. They give you these 3 numbers, and they tell you to change the length, thickness, and notch size to these numbers. So I'm going to do that. 24.5 and 1. So I change this to 24, hit enter, and you'll see some resizing going on here. See that? And thickness is now 0.5, and my notch size is 1. And you can see it worked fine for those, but not for this part here. And if I assemble it, you'll see things don't work. These sides are not long enough. Excuse me, because we've not put in those variables, and that's what we're going to do now. And so you'll see that this is what we just did. Updated the variable tables. Click the assembly, and you'll see that it didn't fit right. So now you're going to add in these 2 variables. Okay, a few things about variables. Basically what I'm doing is this is the formula for length. These 2 are for length. I just had to create them for height. And so I am going to do an open parentheses, and I'll kind of talk through some of this as I go. You have to have a hashtag. I can't just type this in like this. I have to put a hashtag in front of each variable. So hashtag H, because now we're working with height, minus parentheses, hashtag underscore H plus parentheses underscore H minus 1, close parentheses once, close parentheses twice, and then divide by, do I need one more? I do. I think I need one more back here. I've got 1, 2, 3 open, 1, 2, 3 closed, divided by 2. Okay. Oh, and look, I forgot to do that one. Hashtag. I would have been sorry. Okay. Same thing coming down here. This is going to be a parentheses, hashtag L divided by hashtag, oh, no, not L, see, H divided by hashtag NS. That I don't change because that is the notch size. So that's that one, and then divided by 2. And this little thing here is, as I said, the rounding the floor. I'll add that in after I type it in because it'll create it for what I need for it. Okay, so now I need to create back here an H and that is a length, and I can add in, this is what it's called, right click, copy, come back over here, come over here, and Control V to paste it. And then this one is my num H. Hit enter. And this is not a length, it is a number. And if you don't change that, I'll show you that it would not work. So we'll put in here number of notches, copy, keep it all proper. Okay, and so now I'm going to paste in, I'm going to do the num H first just to show you something. So I'm going to take this one, copy it, come over here. Hope this worked, didn't work before. And you can see that it says 3.5. I want a whole number. So this is where if I type this and at the beginning of it, I start typing floor. And you can see this up here. I click on that. Now you'll see that it's got my parentheses in the wrong place. So I delete that parentheses, come down here and close it. Now I have 3, a whole number of notches. Now I'm going to take this one, copy. I did this a few minutes ago, and it was a disaster because it says it won't do it. It can't read it. That's because it's referencing this variable, which is on the line below it. Watch if I drag this up above it. Okay, I don't need this. Let's see if I did something here. I may just have to redo it again. Copy. Okay. I had this problem before, and I'm trying to think it fixed itself. I'm going to pause my recording for just a second, and I got it now. I didn't have right here, you'll notice I got a times notch size. I forgot to put that in there. So right here, I needed a times hashtag notch size. Times notch size, whole thing. Let's try that one. Some of you probably caught that as I was doing it. And there you go. So you got to be exact. And fortunately, I caught that one. And yeah, we're going. Okay, so you can see that it did that. Now, you'll notice they're way down here at the bottom. And I've got to move these up. And I'm going to move it. I got to go up above the sketches so that I can use them to make my fixes. Down here, because again, just like over there in the table, if it's not above what I'm working with, it will not reference them, and I will be in trouble. Okay. All right. So now they're all up there. And you'll see if I come back to the instructions, I've done that. Drag the variables you created from the bottom to the top. All right, so we got that. And so now here's some instructions here. You want to edit the settings. So if I come down here to sketch 1, which is the part we're working with, I double click on it. Move this out of the way. Move this over here. And now you see, for example, this is my length, this is my height, okay? So the end spacing height, this is 20. I need it to be the same as my length. So I need it to be hashtag L, okay? And I need this to be, oh, I got to hit enter. Hashtag H. And this to be hashtag L. There. You have to hit enter after you change it. Otherwise, it won't update it. So that worked. Okay. And then the so then the end spacing height. So let's see what happens if I just finish that. What do we get? Okay, now it's the right length, but my notches aren't correct. Okay, so I come down to, how do they, let's see how they explain it. Okay, so they're saying extrude 2 needs to be my num and the length num L. Okay. So these are things that it's not, so extrude 2, double click, and there it is. Bring this up so I can see it. And instead of being 0.5, this needs, no, that's my thickness. That's correct. We're getting there. This needs to be my, I think, oh, hashtag, and enter. Oops. Hashtag. Okay, I got something going on there. Click final. And bada bing, I got those. And then I need to come to the linear pattern 2. And this needs to be my num each. Okay. And they actually, I believe they stop after this one and they tell you you're done. Let me come back here and check my assembly. And everything looks pretty good there, doesn't it? Except it doesn't do it right for that one. And so they didn't, I think they didn't really finish it. So come back here. Rambling a little bit, stay with me. But they tell you to now length 20, thickness 0.2, height 10. Length 20. Height 10. Thickness 2. And you'll see that this one is seriously messed up, and they didn't come down and do this. So we're going to come down, we're going to fix this one. If you click on one of these, it will show you which commands are using it. I'm not sure with this one. So if I come up here, extrude 4 works out of sketch 4. And that should be, it is, okay, that is height. And that is width, so those work. It's the patterns. And you see this one needs to be hidden 1 minus 1. Why would that not just be, let's try this. See how that's making it. Let's just try this. Hashtag. Let's try this. There was something that didn't work here. And it still doesn't work. I don't think that works. No. It has to do with this guy here. And distance. Okay. That's a lot of back steps. All right. Well, I'm going to stop here, and maybe I can figure that out, but give me 1 second, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I just had to do the same thing. The distance needed to be the h end, and the number needed to be the num h. I just had to replace those. They had some strange ones in there, but once I did that, and now I got everything's copacetic, I can click on my assembly, and you can see that everything now fits. They just didn't finish the job. And you saw that it was in red before I changed it, meaning that it wasn't working. Okay, there you go. That was a lot, and that's all I got.